Welcome to Access Sportsnet Lakers, driven by your Southern California Honda dealers. I'm Allie Clifton, joined by the Hall of Famer, big game, James Worthy, your Lakers insider, Mike Bresnahan. The Lakers, a tough one tonight, fall to 23-8 on the season, 9-6 guys at home, and you tip your hat to the Miami Heat. They came in 1-11, as we talked about in the pregame show, against teams above 500, and they came out with that sense of urgency from the gate. Now, the Lakers did have a couple chances down the stretch to take the lead, maybe win the game. That did not happen. Let's look at the final possession here, as this is how this one ended with less than 8 seconds to go. If we can get to the video, here we are. There's a steal, big game. Alex Caruso gets it to LBJ.
I thought they did a great job of hustling to get the steal, and LeBron looked like he was ready to go into his shot right there. There's the steal. Good deflection by LeBron. And right here, you see Butler looks like he's going to double team. Caruso did pop to the open spot, so they did get a look. A lot of people probably, wanted LeBron to try something, but I think he did what was right. He saw Butler coming to double team him with time running down. Saw Caruso. That's a good shot. He's open. Unfortunately, it didn't go down. Looked like he was a little bit rushed, but nevertheless, game over. Two teams. We talked about Miami missing Butler for several games under the protocol, and them just trying to get back, into rhythm. And also the Lakers, without practice time, without any time to adjust, having to play without AD, and then Schroeder. You just can't, correct that on the fly. So you could see a little rust, that they had, turn the ball over when they had chances to really, come back into the ball game. But overall, I thought they played a pretty good game. Kuzma in particular, just two teams struggling to get their vibe back, and Miami came out on top tonight.
Yeah, James, Allie, Lakers win this game if AD and Schroeder play. That's 37 points right there, not playing for them tonight. That's a fact. Miami very careless with the ball. That last possession, what were they doing? Lakers had their chances. They didn't play the Lakers didn't play the way they want to. All right, they took 45 threes. They tied a team record. That's desperation, but they have to do that. When you have that much offense not on the court for you, you have to try to do something different. Unfortunately for them, the defense was good tonight. The offense, not very sharp. It's actually the first time in Frank Vogel's tenure with the Lakers that they held a team under 100 and lost. They'd been 25-0 whenever they hold a team under 100. But James, just not quite enough offense. When LeBron left the game, I felt like it was slowed down a little bit offensively. So there's no secondary ball handler. That's the issue.
Not enough continuity, and no one that's a major threat. LeBron's a major threat. He's going to get double teamed. AD's a major threat. He's going to get double and triple teamed. So a lot of things happen after that happens, when the ball movement, people are paying attention. But when there's nobody out there really that you have to double team, it's easy to stay at home and stay in front of people. And Miami, trying to get back to where they need to be in the playoffs. I don't think they care where they're seated either. They just want to get back there. And so it was a big game for them on the road. Lakers played well, and they're starting to play a little better without AD, but without Schroeder, they're going to have a little bit more work on how they can be consistent.
Brez, you mentioned 39 points combined between AD and Schroeder. They shoot 39% tonight as a team, which is the worst on the season. And guys, normally the story that we've been talking about over the last dozen games or so is the three ball. Tonight, that wasn't the problem. They were plus 15 on the Miami Heat. What did become the problem, and you can look at it on both ends of the floor, the battle on the boards, guys, 49-43 and 52-38 inside. And that's not just Anthony Davis protecting the rim when it comes to the defensive end of the floor. James, you said it against the Brooklyn Nets. Without Dennis Schroeder, one of your best defenders on the perimeter, you're losing a lot.
Yeah, you're getting guys that are getting like that cut right there. They're getting into the paint very easily, whether it's off the dribble or whether it's a over-the-top lob to Bam right there. They just haven't figured out how to defend in the paint. So they're going to really have it's going to be a lot of pressure. I talked about it's going to be a lot of pressure on the guards, West and Caruso, and keeping guys from having that direct blow-by. It's hard to guard that. So it's work in progress for them without two major players.
Yeah, you got to like what Kuz did tonight. Not real efficient, but still getting in that scoring column. Montrezl Harrell, again, what we expect from him. He did it tonight, just really a bully around that basket. You know, the problem for the Lakers is the big picture, their offense. They got 98 against Brooklyn the other night. That's not a strong defensive team. They got 94 tonight. Miami's okay. I believe they're 11th in defensive rating. But, you know, you can't be going under 100 all these games. And the reason is obvious why it's happening. You just can't have that much talent not playing.
I know we're going to look at it later in the show, but there was a silver lining, a positive, because without a lot of practice time right now, I loved seeing AD on the side with the iPad.
That was cool.
Yeah.
Constantly communicating, talking, because those are the moments and the times when this team is going to have to learn to adjust on the fly without two of their big guns.
Yeah.
And especially on the offensive end when you're looking for scoring. We talked about the playmaking ability that they were hoping to fill. Frank talked about it in the pregame. So there's a lot of ways in which film can show they can improve, but it's about taking advantage of times when it's not happening and coming physically.
And it's good that AD's engaged because he can see things that can help Marcus all out there. He's sharing that with him. That's how you stay in touch with the team while you're not playing.
He had some wardrobe changes, too. He got the little blood on his shirt, came out with that
fashion show going on.
It was unbelievable. Our producers are scrambling. Okay, what is that? Who makes that? What's going on with that shirt? Good stuff from AD, though, on the sidelines, staying active.
Time to get you to the highlights as we get you down to Staples Center in case you missed this one. It's a rematch of the 2020 NBA Finals, the Lakers and the Heat. Lakers beat the Heat, as we know, in October to win their 17th NBA championship. First quarter, opening possession for the Heat. Kelly Olynyk lobs it to Bam, who slams it down. Heat strike first. A minute later, Lakers down 4-0. Kuz, big game, guarded by Jimmy. Tough shot.
Yeah. You know, urgent shot. Had to shoot it right away. No hesitation. Catch and turn. Square it up. Knocked it down.
Later in the first quarter, Lakers up one. More Kuz off the miss. Braun pushing in transition. Kuz with the nifty finish at the rim. He was off to a hot start. Lakers up 3. 7 minutes left in the first. Brez, Heat on a run up 6. Kendrick Nunn.
Yeah, Kendrick, interesting player on the all-rookie team last year, kind of forgotten in their playoff drive. He can light it up, though, that's for sure.
Jimmy there for the putback slam. Heat up 9. Less than a minute later, Marcus Gasol finding Kuz again. Gets the triple. He had 11 first quarter points. AD, we talked about it, coaching from the sideline. Kuz gets blood on his shirt. Trez notices it, separates him. You know he's going to get a new shirt. 1, maybe 2. Stick with us.
Yeah, he comes back with this wardrobe. You know, he's like, I don't like this. So we'll see a different change up later.
Is that a medium?
Good old-fashioned polo. Later in the first, Lakers down 5. Trez gets to the rim. 2 minutes left in the first. Heat up 9. Kendrick Nunn still hot.
Yeah, in transition, you know, you had to find Nunn. He got hot early, an unorthodox lefty that can score at will when he's hot.
He had 15 in the first quarter and a minute left. He continued to run up the score, up 12. Iguodala with the 3. Second quarter we go. Lakers down 13. Trez dumps it off to LBJ. He has a 3 of his own there. Lakers still down 10. Later in the second, more LeBron, Brez.
Yeah, I mean, this guy, just so many minutes piling up. Odds stacked against him. Doesn't really matter. Just blows through. It seems like the entire Miami roster here. 1, 2, 3 guys. Nice hang time for a 36-year-old.
3-point play. Under 10 left. LeBron again gets the foul. Back to a 3-point place for LeBron. Lakers down 8. 6 minutes left in the second. Heat not going away, up 9. Achua.
Patience.
Under 4.
Precious.
To go. Wes Matthew gets it to KCP. Those were his first points of the night. Then Trey.